Hello there and a warm welcome along to today's United Kingdom Talk. Chris Reardon with you for the next half hour, our 3 times a week talk show. By the way, once again you can now resubscribe if you unsubscribed, because we did come off the automatic iTunes thing. You can now once again subscribe to either the audio version or the video version on iTunes, okay? Just open up your iTunes and on the podcast section, or the podcast search. I mean, if you use iTunes, you know exactly what... Oh, hang on a minute. My video's not working properly. Just a minute. Something's gone terribly wrong here. 1 minute. There we are. That's better. That's better. Oh, a little picture of Millie and me in front of me. Who looks better, me or Millie? I can't decide. Yes, you can once again subscribe to iTunes. If you do use iTunes, you'll know exactly what I mean. I get very confused with the whole thing, don't you? That iTunes thing, I find it incredibly complicated. There's so much on there. Anyway, just type in the search section, United Kingdom Talk or United Kingdom Talk Video, either of those, and you can click the subscribe button, and that's all working again. Okay? See, it's all sorted. Everything sorts itself out eventually. And there I was on the last show, whittering on about not getting any texts, wasn't I? We might stop bothering with the text thing, because I think it's only Wayne and our lady in Florida who actually used it. But never mind. And then, funnily enough, another text arrives, and it's from Wayne, talking about the pub that was talking about on the other show near Brighton, who says, yes, indeed, the pub is called the Saltdean Tavern and is part of the Crown Carvery Group. Reading has one there, and there's one at Ruislip too. The £3.50 is only Monday to Saturday, with Sunday costing more. I agree, very good food at a very good price. Wayne, not in Reading. So thanks for that, Wayne. Yeah, if you missed the show, we were talking about a very, very good deal on pub food. This particular place, the Saltdean Tavern, in just down the road from Brighton it is, and they do a carvery there, and you can get a massive dinner. You'll never be able to eat all of it for £3.50 during the week, Monday to Saturday, and it's well worth doing. No, I don't know anyone in the pub. This is not free advertisement. This is not product placement. However, do you know, maybe I should take on product placement. Do you know? Do you know what that is? Okay, that's when I talk about something. What have I got around? Here we are, on the floor here. I could sit here with this little Roberts radio in front of me and tell you that there's no other way to listen to radio other than a Roberts radio, and you'd have one in front of you there and perhaps one to the left, and you'd go on and on about it, right? And for that, Roberts radio would send me money, and we need more money. Things are getting desperate here. They really are. The cat hasn't eaten for 4 days. It's terrible. Please send cheques now. We need red parcel gifts. So that's what product placement is. That's when you start talking about something, or even just having it on show. And a company, if you had thousands and millions of listeners or viewers, then you could probably do that. I couldn't, because I've only got a few hundred, just a couple of hundred. But if, for example, on the television, I gather on ITV here in the UK, they now were talking about, I'm not sure if they're allowed to do it, I think they might be allowed to do it now, they're talking about product placement, where perhaps you could have Pepsi Cola, right, and take, for example, a show like, I can't think of one now. Okay, The X Factor. Okay, The X Factor. And you could have the 3 judges there, or the 4 judges there, and they'd all be sitting in these chairs, and all have a branded glass of Pepsi Cola. And that would be product placement, right? And Pepsi would give them money, would give the show money for doing that. Maybe we could do something on here. Now, what sort of products would you like me to be advertising, boys and girls? Eh? Do let us know. The email address of the show is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Maybe I could product place things from John Lewis, one of my favourite department store. Eh? Would it be washing machines? Because, boys and girls, my new washing machine is fully functional and in order. Although, I'm a little bit lucky. And I'll tell you why. So, ordered from John Lewis, week before last. Ordered it to come on Wednesday morning between 7 and 1. Fantastic. Wednesday morning came, 10 past 11, and I knew they wouldn't let me down. They'd never let you down. They'd come on time, dear. Knock at the door, back to... Well, it wasn't actually a knock, was it? Because I actually have a bell, right? But I don't have a bell in the studio. So you'll have to pretend it wasn't actually a knock. That was a lie. It was like, ding dong, ding dong. Went the bell and I rushed down the stairs. Fully clothed, I want to point out, I'm not one of these people that, you know, answers the door half naked, perhaps in a pair of underpants or a flimsy dressing gown, hoping to get something from the delivery man. I'm not. Are you one? I hope you're not one of those persons, are you? Ladies, are you being accused of that? Ordering things from men so that they come round and deliver them? I hope it's only the goods that they deliver to you. Huh? Not having any of that going on here. Hello, sir. John Lewis. Got a washing machine. And then, it did make me laugh. I'd already, because they'd taken away the old washing machine, right? I'd already placed the old washing machine outside, next to the front door, pipes over, you know, pipes hanging over it, electrical cable over it, cut off the plug because I use that for something else. Oh, don't say I'm tight. Don't say I'm tight. Why not? You know, oh, people will be listening to this now saying, oh, he didn't keep the plug. Yes, I did actually. I did keep the plug. Can use it for something else. Recycle. There's far too much waste going on in this world. Recycle. So I put the plug, took the plug off, put it in my drawer, right? So the washing machine's sitting outside. First thing he says, is that the old one? Hello? Oh, is it the old one? Oh, it might be. It might be. Is that why it's sitting outside, dear? With the plug cut off? Of course it's the old one. I mean, I didn't say that. I said, yeah, mate, that's the one. Okay, well, we'll get rid of that first. So, two men lifted the washing machine and took that away. I'd already emptied the water. What I did was tip the whole washing machine forward, because you always get water left in there. Anyway, so the new washing machine arrives. Now, I hadn't paid to have it installed, right? Because to actually install a washing machine, if you've got your plumbing in place and your pipes and all that business, it's already there. Okay, so we didn't worry too much about that. So they come in. Where would you like it, sir? Put it in just in the utility room in the kitchen. Anything else we can do? Oh, that's very fine. Thank you very much. Goodbye, and off they went. As always, excellent service from John Lewis. Right, so there I am, all excited. My brand new appliance was there, waiting to be installed, boys and girls. It was. And the funny thing is, did I say it was a Wednesday? No, it was a Tuesday. It was last Tuesday. And funny thing was, I did have to do something that afternoon, right? So I started about installing it, dear. I had the instruction book, which came out of the box and promptly went onto the table in front of me. Washing machine's a washing machine, isn't it? Don't need to use the instructions. I mean, it's fairly straightforward. As long as you don't get one with those, you know, 200 programs on it. I mean, you can get some washing machines that are damn complicated. You really can. My sister had one years ago. She had a Bendix. It was incredibly complicated to get something going. All you need is a soft wash and a high wash, and you know. So I got about taking the wrapping off, carefully, not using a knife, because I might have scratched the lovely new surfaces on my brand new John Lewis washing machine. Incidentally, the brand was John Lewis. They do their own branded stuff as well. Very good price. It was £309, okay? And that's including £9 to remove the old one. So the total cost was £309, which I'm very happy with that. So I took off all the packaging and the polystyrene. It's always very difficult, and I've gone through a few washing machines. Some of you know I do have some property as well, some flats, and they've all got their own washing machines, and they've all had to be installed and what have you. It's always very difficult to get that last bit of packaging off the bottom. Now, if you've ever bought a washing machine and installed it yourself, you'll know exactly what I mean. You know the polystyrene that is underneath the washing machine? Why is that always so damn difficult to get off? Huh? You kind of tip it backwards and then you tip it forwards and then to the side. The only way really to do it is to actually lay the entire washing machine down on its side and then just pull it off, and it comes off quite easy. If you try and do it any other way, it is difficult. So there we are. All the packaging is off. So now I'm pushing the washing machine towards the little gap in my utility room, and I noticed there's only one inlet pipe. Now, all my washing machines before have had a cold and a hot feel on them, you know, inlet pipes. This one only has a cold one. So I checked in a book, and it says you only need to connect the cold feel. So, oh, fair enough, you know, fair dues. So I connected the cold one, and that was all fine. The pipes were already on there from the old washing machine. The hot one, well, the tap's turned off, but I think you can also get a little end cap as well that you're supposed to put over the end of the pipe, because obviously that one's not going to be used anymore. So I've got to get one of those from the DIY place. So I did that. I then installed the outlet pipe. Okay, the you know, the pipe that takes away the, what would you say, the dirty water from the washing machine, and that's you simply poke that into this hole where there's already a pipe underneath the thing what the other one was in. So I just poked it into this long tube, and that's where the spent water goes. And that was it really. Now when I pushed the washing machine back, unfortunately it's just a little bit deeper, or a little bit longer than the old one. And it was pushing my plastic pipes back, so it's sticking out a little bit at the moment. So I did that, and then it came to the electrical connections. Now, a few years ago I installed a double electric socket, and it's kind of underneath the work surface, kind of flat to the work surface underneath. So it's kind of upside down. If it was in the room, it would be on the ceiling. Do you see what I mean? It's like underneath the work surface, attached to the work surface. Now, I remember on the last washing machine, I did have a bit of a job getting the plug in, because where I've unfortunately installed the double socket very close to the wall, and then when you kind of put the plug in, the wire, if you've got like, you know the wire where it comes out of a plug, right? If you've got a bit of plastic on there, which is actually there to stop you pulling the wire out of the plug, if that's there, then it's difficult to get in. And guess what? I couldn't get the thing in at all, could I? I thought, oh, I'm going to have to move that now. So I unplugged it from the other socket, got the screwdrivers out, started taking it down, got it off, moved it into another position, then kind of put it back up on the work surface underneath again. Oh, I had a job getting those screws in, I really did. So I did that, and then guess what? And it was on there, screwed up, and guess what? Now the wire's too short. Couldn't get it over the phone. I thought, oh no, I've got to move it again now. Off it came again, and guess what? Broke the socket as I was taking it off. Why am I no good at DIY? Always, you know, the amount of time I look at something and I think, oh, that's an easy job. And it never is it? It's never an easy job. I don't think there are any easy jobs. So I didn't have another socket, and I thought, well, I can't be bothered with that now. So I pushed the washing machine into place, right? And I took the electrical socket, and now it goes kind of into another room. There's no door. There's like a very small utility room and my kitchen, right? And the wire now comes out of the utility room, round the bit in between the two rooms, and then into another socket on the other side of the wall. Which, I mean, it doesn't look very pretty. And I say to myself, well, I'll have to sort out a socket. The trouble is, with me, once I've got something working, I think, oh, that'll do. Do you know what I mean? I'm not very good at finishing things. I always make do. Do you do that? Do you make do? Terrible, isn't it? So there we are. So I thought, right, well, it's 12 o'clock now. It was 12 o'clock now. And I thought, I'll do some washing, but I will stay in. Okay, I will stay in because you're never quite sure what's going to happen. New washing machine, don't want water to end up everywhere, and I want to be in if it starts leaking. So that's it. So I put a small load of washing machine, put the powder in. I guessed the program. I put it on, I think, a 30 degrees economy setting, and off it went. So about 1:15, I came back into the kitchen. And this washing machine is still going. And I thought, oh, well, I really need to go out now. And I thought, well, you know, it's been on 1.25 hours. It's filled up and emptied a couple of times, right? And it's also kind of soft spun a few times. Must be all right. I'll go out now. So I went out, leaving the washing machine on. Remember, this is the first time it's ever been on, right? Do you know what? I can actually hear your minds ticking away now, hoping that something went incredibly badly wrong. Aren't you awful? Huh? You're waiting, aren't you? You're waiting to hear if there was a terrible disaster. I can hear you. Dear, dear me. Anyway, I went out and did what I had to do, and I got back around about 12 o'clock at night. So a good 12 hours later. Anyway, so I put my key in the door, open the door, and there, on the other side of the kitchen, is the washing machine. And, you know, I looked at it in disbelief. How on earth did that washing machine get out of the gap into which it was installed? It's taken itself round a corner and is now sitting there on the kitchen floor, and the pipe, the cold water pipe and the electrical wire were stretched to breaking point. I mean, they really were. And I am so lucky that that cold water pipe, I mean, if the electrical plug had stretched and broken, that might have tripped a fuse, okay? Not too much of a problem there. But had that cold water inlet pipe had snapped, which it could have done, because it was stretched so tight, then the entire kitchen would have been full of water, and it wouldn't have stopped until someone literally went in there and turned it off. I'm very, very lucky. When I think about it, would have been thousands of pounds worth of damage there, wouldn't there? Because the water would have got into all the woodwork of the kitchen units and all that business. I'm so lucky. And then I thought, how much noise did that make when it was jumping around? It must have jumped right out of there. The story of the mobile washing machine. That's what this is. Oh, and I thought, oh my God. Anyway, of course, I took the washing out. The washing smelled a bit funny. Not mouldy or anything like that. Just strange. Like a plastic smell, I suppose. Like a strange plastic smell. I don't know. Anyway, so that's that. Took the washing machine, washing out, hung it on the railings on the stairs, and I kind of pushed it back in a position. And I thought, I'll sort this out tomorrow. And I went upstairs to bed, and I thought, no, I can't go to bed if I've got a problem, right? I have to sort it. I can't go. Oh, I'd sort that out tomorrow. I have to do it now. So then, for the first time, I picked up the instruction book. John Lewis 1200 spin washing machine instruction book. Installation. There it is, in big black letters, black and white, all packing, and transit bolts must be removed before use. Serious damage can occur to the product and to property if this is not adhered to. And I had removed all the packaging, but not the transit bolts. And I looked at the back, and there they were, 3 transit bolts all in place. And these are big old like coach bolts almost, so great big things they are, to hold the drum and that in place when the machine is being moved around. And of course I hadn't moved them. I hadn't taken them out. and I'm just so lucky. So I removed the transit bolts. The feet were fine, you know, I'd already adjusted the feet. It wasn't like unlevel or anything like that. So I removed the transit bolts, put the machine back in place, and I went to bed. The next morning I got up and thought, well, I've got to test this again. Have I just ruined my new 300 pounds washing machine, dear? So I got up, put another load in, and I stayed indoors while I was doing it. And fortunately, oh no, I read another. I actually took I took the book to bed. And where is it now? And it says, first use, ensure that the electrical and water connections comply. Well, I did that. Pour 2 litres of water, this is first use. Pour 2 litres of water into the main wash compartment and some detergent in order to activate the eco valve. I don't know what that is. Do you, dear? What's an eco valve? Then run a cotton cycle at the highest temperature without any laundry in the machine, to remove any manufacturing residue from the drum and tub. So that must have been the smell on the washing line. It wasn't a bad smell, but it smelled like kind of plasticky. So I've done that now. I've removed, I've cleaned out the washing machine, and since this almost terrible disaster, I mean, we could have been doing this show in water, couldn't we? Had that water have just like kept coming out, dear. But fortunately, I've been very fortunate, and that didn't happen. Since then, I've done 3 loads of washing. I've got another one on now at the moment, and all is fine. So I think I've been extremely lucky. And indeed, the washing machine is functioning and hasn't been damaged. So there we are. The moral in the story is move those big old bolts, dear. Before you start, I think as I'm getting older, I think it's quite possible that I myself am going to have transit bolts inserted in my person when I'm moved around so that I don't fall apart. I think that might be a good idea. Have you got any DIY disasters like that? I'd love to hear them. They usually, you know, after the disaster has passed, they are actually usually quite amusing stories. If you've got any sort of DIY disasters like that, or washing machine stories, please let me know. My email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. I'm sitting here very excited today because in about 12 hours' time, my older nephew and his girlfriend and my little nephew were all coming down for 3 days. And next week I'm taking them to Thorpe Park, which is like what is it? Not an adventure park, eh? What do you call it? A theme park, which is not. It's only about 20 minutes from me by car, so I'm taking them all. £35 a ticket, dear. £35 a ticket to go to Thorpe Park. What a rip-off, dear. God's sake! So I'm looking forward to that. The only thing is all the children are on holiday at the moment, so I'm assuming it's going to be very, very busy there. Right, email time, boys and girls. I didn't get quite to the end of Robert's email, Robert in Iceland, on the last show, who says, really great to hear you are off to the land of Australia. Oh, I haven't bought the ticket yet. I cannot part with the money. Land of Australia. Once you get past the fun taking then, you'll find them a most generous and kind people. Oh, I've been twice, Robert. I love the place. I love Australia. Tara from the King of the Elves, an all-round nut job, Robert the Viking. Thank you, Robert. Sorry we didn't get to the end of your letter on the last show. And here's our cat lover, Susan, our cat lover, who says, hi, Chris. Sorry I haven't written to you in a long time. I haven't had the time to listen to your shows for quite a while. I've had a terrible summer, and one of the things she says, last week, my roof started leaking. I had my roof redone in April. It shouldn't have started leaking. Yeah, it's only April, May, June, July, August, only 5 months and 6 months. I called the repairman to come and put a tarpaulin over it, since we were expecting more rain for the next 2 days. Anyway, a large piece of my ceiling fell in last week. Oh my word. I'm hoping to get this fixed this weekend. My carpet was soaked. And she says, at least my insurance is paying for it. Yeah, well, it's all well saying that. You know, it's all well your insurance paying for it. But it's the hassle, isn't it, Susan? It's the hassle of it. You know, just because you've got the money, you've got to stay in, you get your carpets pulled up, you have new ones laid. Oh, it's just a total and utter pain, isn't it? It really is. My heart goes out to you. And there's nothing worse than having a job done, whether it's on the house or your car or something like that, and you get it, and it's not been done properly. Doesn't that make you mad? Oh, it would do my brain in. She says, I'll be catching up with all your shows as soon as I can. I hope that you and Katie, your cat, and your sister and family are all well. I miss your shows. They always cheer me up and take my mind off things. Have a great day. And that's from Susan. Yes, Susan, I hope your roof's sorted out. Let us know that you're all high and dry. Well, not high, I hope not, dear. We don't suggest constant drinking on this show. Thank you very much. I mean, you don't want to end up like my sister, dear, a registered alcoholic. She said, hello, you can't have a conversation on the phone. Someone said, hello, Chris Lauer. I'm not Chris down here yet. She'll be on the phone tonight. I'm not Chris down here yet. And then you hear her pass wind down the phone. And it's not very pleasant. It really isn't. Is it, eh? Really isn't. Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk is my email address. On YouTube, you can leave comments on the videos. And sometimes I get odd ones that kind of don't make sense. There's one here from YouTube member Maramba. Strange name. M-R-R-A-M-B-A. Right, one of the YouTube people. M-R-R-A-M-B-A. And he makes a comment on one of the shows. Why is this video so long? And you kind of see comments like this and I thought, are you stupid? Yeah, why is this video so long? Well, because it is. What a strange thing to say. Why is this video... That's it. That's all it says. Why is this video so long? Because I've got a lot to say, that's why. If it's too long, turn it off. I told you before. I'm not here to pander to your moaning, dear. Turn it off. God's sake. If you're listening to the show and you want to watch it, you can always do that as well. Go to the main United Kingdom Talk website, unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, and you'll see all the shows there, right, boys and girls? I also recently took out a little advert on Facebook, and I'd be really interested to know, are you watching this show because of the ad you saw on Facebook? Is it worth doing that? Again, please let us know on the email, Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Thank you very much to Jamie, who sent me a link to the Christian the Lion video on YouTube. And if you haven't seen that video before, it's really quite nice. Type into YouTube Christian the Lion, and it's the most wonderful story of two men who bought a lion years and years ago, this is, in Harrods, because they felt sorry for it in the cage. They bought it up, it became too big, they let it go somewhere, and years later they went back to see if they could find it, and it's just the most wonderful story. It really is. Once again, thanks to Jamie, who watches the show, and if you type into YouTube Christian the Lion, you'll see the little video there. He says, all right, have a nice day. I'm looking forward to the next show, and give it 5 stars. Oh, you're very kind, Jamie. 5 stars! I mean, that's more than you get from working in McDonald's, dear, isn't it? Anyway, time for me to go today. I've got a couple of emails here which we haven't done yet. One from Lisa, and one from Brenda, and one from Doug. I'll try and do them on the next show, or maybe the one after, because I think the next show I'll be doing with my nephews. Okay? My email address is Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Thanks for listening and watching the show tonight. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.